Okay. I think we are live. Is it working? It seems to be working. I can't hear it, but I will just assume that it's going. Okay. So, what I think we're doing today is fixing up more ways to insert code, and also making sure that deleting code is working properly. Awesome. It's working. So another thing I've been working on is I fixed up how the logging works, because my old logging system was terrible. Turns out Rust has a logging system that just works really nicely. So I've been using that, and instead of the box on the right that's now not here, instead it prints out which key presses I'm doing, so that you guys watching, when I'm demonstrating things, can actually see what I'm typing. Like if I insert, I won't be able to insert. Like if I insert a string, then it says that that's what happened, and it's color coded as well, which is quite nice. So I was making that as a pull request. I stayed up probably too late last night doing it, but I just want to get that finished and then merged, so that then I can build all of the other changes on top of it. I think the only thing that's left to do is some rebasing. Nope, the GitHub desktop. Oh, it does, it's appeared. Okay, so where is the... Okay, so this is the last commit in master, and then all of this are commits that I've made in this change. So all of this is are commits to do with the logging thing, and the thing is, I'm pretty sure we could just squash all of these into one commit. I don't think that really needs to be, like, no one needs to see all of the mistakes I've made. I think I'll probably just do that. The branch is private. I'll just publish it and squash merge, I think, is the best thing in this case. Once we've done this, we can get onto the stuff that I said we would be doing. Now, should be able to switch to Firefox. Nice. Okay. So, add pull requests, add debug. What message should I have? This is useful for the people watching the stream, since they can't otherwise see what I'm typing. Cool. And then create the pull request. I checked everything last night, and then I'm just going to merge and squash. I think. What is it? Only changed one file. So what I'm looking for are, I'm just looking at what the overall changes are to see whether or not it's worth splitting it into multiple commits. The only thing, like, I did some small refactoring and just changing lines and stuff, but I think it's fine. Let's squash merge. No, we don't need all of this as a description. Right, confirm squash. Ooh, hold on, how is the... Why is Firefox just decided to show that? No. Oh, what's going on? Okay, just yeet my phone. Is it blurry? I can't tell. Hold on, let me actually look at the stream. Oh gosh, it is really blurry. Why is this? Okay. You know what I reckon it is? I reckon OBS is streaming not at 1080p. Yes. No. Huh, what is going on? Is it looking less blurry now? Oh, this is weird. Because my internet shouldn't be that bad. Is it the same if I switch here? Oh yes, it is. The stream is just blurry. This is... Oh, what? I'm feeling like stopping. If I stop OBS streaming and then restart it, it might work a bit better. Let's just do that, I reckon. Is it back? Oh no, no, this is worse. Oh, why? Why is this happening? Also, this is ironic. I seem to be gaining viewers whilst just like not doing any programming. Oh wait, it gets is it there was a point where the code was sharp. Is it blurry for everyone? Oh right, okay, I couldn't see chat, so that would be why. Okay, that's fine. So what was I doing? Nice. Okay, everything is on the straight and narrow. Okay, that's good. So what were we doing before I got waylaid? Oh yes, we'd merged that pull request so that we get the nice logging, and then we can replace, which is a different color as well. So we've done that, and now, okay, so now having done that, we should close Vim, and then, oh, can you, oh, classic, okay. Can you guys see that? That should be working. Oh, it should be back to text now. Now if we just check whether or not. Okay, so things have been merged. So we don't need we can just delete the keystroke logging branch. Nice. Okay, so one out of deleting nodes is probably the most important thing, I reckon. The two things I wanted to do is that currently the only way to insert is to insert as the last child, right? So I'm looking at an array, and I can say type O, and then whatever I want to insert, say false, and it always puts it at the last child. But if I wanted to put an object above true, there's just no way of doing it. You have to, well, you can't delete at the moment, so you would have to replace the tree with an array, and then be like, add another array, and then add true, and then add false, and then just build your tree back. Which is like, that's just not useful. You can't run a text editor like that. Oh, why does it say some stuff will go here? Ah, okay, we hadn't pulled origin. Okay, but so nothing functionally has changed since the last change. So now we want to, I think we'll do the inserting above and below the current node. So what I'd hope is that, let's say I did want an object, something new, say a string, but I didn't want it to appear here. Then I could move to a node and then press I or A. So I would insert before, and A would insert after. At the moment, it's complaining because those are not defined. So we could probably add those. I don't think they would be too much of a challenge. I think the first thing we need in editor, where is it? We need to add a command first of all. So we got insert child. We got insert child. So yeah, so we insert child inserts a new node as the last child of the cursor, and this inserts a new node before the cursor, and it expects an argument. Insert child, let's call this insert before. And then insert after, we'll also want to define. And I think they should be I and A to fit with Vim's key bindings, at least by default. Before, after the cursor, expect an argument. And now we need to give them names. This is what this is how the text next to the screen knows what to say. Insert before. This could probably be done with a macro, but it doesn't really matter. So now we need to add key bindings for them. So replace insert child. We need I and A. I is insert after, insert before. Okay, so this will probably not compile, I reckon, because okay, we've got another match arm that needs to be covered. Okay, so this is parsing the command. So because there are currently, I've opened the same file twice for people who are confused. So there's there are two different things. So there's the specification of a command, which is like what's the first character of a sequence you could type, and then there's an action, which is once you've typed an entire command, that all gets packaged together into an action. So we need to add the new inserts into the action as well. So insert before, insert after. And now this code should just be the same. If we have, so we read, if we got insert after, then we just read a character and add that and keep it saying insert after. Same for insert before, which way around to do them? Before, after. So this is just like code that allows Sapling to read an input. Oh yes, lots of tasty errors that are too big to fit on the screen. Right, 205. What? Oh, I opened a file rather than going to the line. Oh, that's where it's defined. What? 234 is where the error is. Okay, now we need to give descriptions for the different inserts, this is kind of a lot of repeating the same thing. It reminds me a lot of writing C when you have to deal with a load of header files, that kind of thing. And we're just like, insert something after cursor. That seems to be correct. One last thing. And this last thing is probably, this is probably the piece of code that decides, given an action, takes an action and actually executes the command. I need a drink. Hold on. Let me grab something. Right, okay. So we therefore need more match arms here. So if we got insert before, then we should make some functions that don't exist yet. Insert. Okay, and it's complaining that they don't exist. So let's just jump to where insert child is defined. This is a heck of a lot of error handling. Let's have a look at, because we need extra functions in here to say, instead of, we need insert child and we need more different things. We need insert before cursor. To be honest, this could be one function, I reckon. Insert cursor. And then let's just create another data type that's like direction. Let's call it something like side. So this is essentially like previous or next. An enum to represent the two sides of a cursor. So now this function that we just created, it will insert next to cursor. It will take the new node and it will take a side to say which side of the cursor are we going to switch to. And this will probably be the same error. At least in the case of the only thing that implements this is the directed acyclic graph version, which will return the same error, insert error. To be honest, I think that this code, I think we just don't need the trait here. because I doubt we'll ever have more than one possible implementation of this. That does seems like a lot of work to keeping up 2 copies of the same thing. But I'll keep it here for now. That kind of refactoring is probably not good for stream anyway. So we kind of want a function in here to mirror that, but mirror it and do more error handling. So insert next to cursor side, which won't be imported. We're importing direction side. So now we've got this. I think this is just the same. We check, is it an insert character? Ooh, we need to know the parent of the cursor as well. Do we have a thing here? Okay, we don't. So we need to check that it's valid to insert another character. Otherwise, it would be possible to... oh wait, we can't run. Of course. Okay, so I think we should promote... So basically what we're aiming for is we need to check... We need to know the parent of the cursor, because we need to say, oh, okay, does the parent of the cursor allow us to add the node we're trying to add? Which will stop us putting stuff like, as an example, like in a JSON object, the only thing that can appear in that are a load of key value pairs, and you're not allowed to put anything else directly in it. So we need a way of checking that. So I think we should just add this to say cursor and parent. And we can just copy its thing. So now this will be part of, oh, Rust's complaining. Okay, so now this is part of the implementation of the trait. So we can stick it next to cursor. And that should make this happy, I think. What compiler errors are we getting this time? Okay, this is still the same. Okay. So we want to say we got cursor parent, and then we're looking for cursor and parent. And then if the parent, well, so first of all, if parent is none, we should probably do this with if let, I think. If let sum p equals parent, then execute this, else log.warn. And if the parent doesn't exist, then we must have the root selected, and if we have the root selected, then we're not allowed to add any siblings of the root. So we want to say something like cannot add siblings of the root. And now we can use p in here because that's okay. And then this should be parent. And then, hold on, what? Oh, p dot. And then instead of insert node, we want insert next to cursor node, and then side. And this is always this can't fail, I don't think. Also, it can fail. It shouldn't be able to fail with the checks we've got. Is the upshot, I think. So now we need to actually implement this. How's it? Okay, yeah. We've got cursor and parent, move cursor, insert child. Here we go. Insert next to cursor. Just return OK for the time being. And pretty much the code is roughly the same, I think. We just want to find every node on the way down to the cursor. We need to allocate the new node, which is what this line is doing, and then instead of cloning the cursor, we clone the parent. So what we first of all want to do is we want to know the cursor's sibling index. And because we need to know the sibling index. In order to yeah, okay, yeah. So we need to this inserts into the cursor at a given index that we specify. Actually, we specify it here, which is the length of the children. But what we actually want to do is we want to insert into the parent of the cloned cursor, and we don't want to. We want to just leave everything else alone. So we need to find cursors. So cursor sibling index. So the cursor sibling index is just the last. It's self dot current cursor path dot last mute. Yeah, this is an index, right? And then we want to last mute. Oh, I can't see it. That's annoying. Let's just check that this is usize. It probably isn't. Yes, okay. So, what were our insert errors again? Oh, it's node.insert error. Okay, but now inserting this function is invalid if you try and insert next to the root, then this is invalid. So we need to insert something different here. Is the stream still working? I should probably check that. It seems to be. Yeah. Okay. Wow, we're 29 minutes in. Nothing's really happened. That's not ideal. Okay, so inserting next to the cursor. Awesome, it's working. Cool. It's just I'm kind of scarred from spending ages just talking to my laptop because my internet went down and then everything stopped working. But for some reason, OBS, this software that does the streaming, took a solid 5 minutes or so to tell me that the internet had died and therefore stream had stopped. So I'm just like a bit scarred from that and just check all the time. So we actually don't want to return insert error here. Yes, that's true. That's true. But the thing is, if my internet dies, then I can't see chat because so it just looks like no one's typing in chat. So, you know, I'm tempted to just remove the trait at this point and make everything in the trait public, because I just don't think we're going to I don't think we're going to have two different ways of storing nodes. And if we do, then it will be a big like re-implementing job anyway. So we may as well just make this, just remove this and have DAG be the main version. Oops. Does that seem reasonable to you guys? Why can I select? Okay. So we get rid of that. Now, wow, this stream turns out to be, is kind of turning out to be more more refactoring than anything else. Okay, so now instead of implementing this in two separate things, it does, but the thing is, I think I'm going to have to, in order to implement what I want to do this stream, I need to be able to change. I need to add a load of errors to the yeah, because I think okay, yeah. I'll do this. I'll do that after stream, I reckon. Let's undo to the just before. Okay. Where were we at? Okay, yeah. So this is fallible. It is the upshot. So what we got to is that we were trying to find the current index within the parents. Hold on, let me just open Vim and we can do stuff. So imagine we have an array, and then we have some true, false, and then some empty string, and we're selecting false. Right. The path is the root is array, but our cursor is false. So when and let's say we wanted to insert an object above this. So this would be, we'd type in I and then A to say insert an array above whatever the cursor is. So what we need to know, what we actually need to do. We don't actually change the root in this case. Sorry, the cursor. The cursor is unchanged, but what is changed is the parent of the cursor. And so we need to find the cursor. We need to find the parent as well as the current node. And we need to know the index that the array is going to end up, which is currently, that's going to be the same as the index. It's going to be to one side. It is either here or there. And in order to do that, we need to, what do we need to do? Yeah, so we need to find the last, element in the cursor path. But the thing is, this is fallible. This could be, if the cursor is at the root, then we can't, then there's nothing to return. There's nothing to replace. Classic, I read something and then say it. So first of all, we need to find the current index within. Find the index of the cursor so that we know where to insert. So if we unwrap it, let's just unwrap and dereference. Okay, let's not dereference here. So we do want to allocate the new node. So we create a new node, and then we need to step up. Oh yeah, okay. So we need to immediately pop the last value off, because pop the cursor, because it will be unchanged. The only thing yes, so all we actually want from the cursor is its child index. which the cursor doesn't actually know, because it could be part of multiple trees, and it could be a different child index in different trees. So we pop the child, and now this is guaranteed to work. So we should assert that this is sum, because we want to guarantee that we're popping something off. So now we can just check. We can just say if node to clone is empty, then we must be at the root. So we can return early here. Trying to add a sibling to the root. And let's write a to-do to make a return an error. And then currently I'm just going to make it panic, because that's the simplest way of getting a result. So now now we can, instead of having this if let, we would have returned, if we are on the root, then we would have returned here. So at this point, we know that the cursor has, the cursor has a valid sibling index. So we can just let this be dot unwrap. Do this. Is Rust happy with that? It is. We can just say we can unwrap because if we were at the root, then we'd early return from the if statement above. So this is now safe. So we've got the sibling index, we've got the new node, and in fact we could just say new node index. No, this is easier to read. If we say the cursor's sibling index, and then once we've got this, we say let insert index equals cursor sibling index, and then we now need to match on the side that we were doing, and let's just get it into scope because it's currently complaining. So instead of doing this, we need to add match side. So if the side is the top, so we're adding to the previous thing, we add 0. So suppose we're here and we're pointing at this node and we want to add something above the cursor. So the index of the thing we're going to insert is going to be the same as the index that the cursor was at. So we keep it at 0, and then if we're adding to the next, then we need to add 1 to this. Cannot add integer to meet size. Okay. So now we've got the insert index, we can say, and we've allocated the new child into the node, then we can say cloned, we want to clone the parent because we have to change it. And remember that in Sapling, nodes are immutable. So we can't actually, once they're allocated into the arena and committed to the tree, we can't change them. The only way we can change them is to clone them so that we now own the copy, and then we edit the copy and then put it back into put the new copy in the arena as well. So we pop unwrap clone, and then this should be cloned parent, and then this is, instead of the children.len, we say insert index. And then we say clone back up the tree, starting with the parent. And I think this should work, provided everything compiles. It doesn't, of course. What do we need? Editor. We need 2 more functions. We need insert node above the current child. And these, because we've made one function to handle both of these cases, we can just, these will turn into, oh, in fact, we can, well, we'll only call them once as well. So we can just say, instead of insert before, insert next to node, see side dot previous. So we say insert before, and then this we should say insert after, or side dot next. So does it work? That's the question. That should. They see, oh, that's weird. Okay, so inserting after inserts before, and inserting before inserts after. Huh. Oh wait, actually I can't check. So let's insert a string before, which comes after, and then insert an array after, which inserts before. Why? Have we just got this wrong? Oh, no, wait, yes, because after and before, they're swapped around here. This I should be before, and it's after. So they're swapped around in the key bindings. Yes, I is insert before. Right. Let's check that that's working. Insert an array. We want to insert after, then we want to A for insert after, and then a string. Aha, excellent, excellent. So that's working. It should also not be able to do anything at the root. So insert string does nothing. Hold on, but it's not panicking because the function that would panic, it is not panicking here because this function isn't even run if we're at the root. In reality, this seems a bit weird, right? Because we've got the editor is the editor is handling this massive set of cases, and this is kind of weird because we're only returning one possible error type from here. This function is doing a whole load of checks before actually calling to this function, which does the whole load of checks again. I'm feeling like after stream maybe we can do some refactoring and just get rid of this duplication. And it's the same here. Insert child has the same issue. Okay, so that's working, or at least it's basically working. And let me switch to code. Ooh, okay. So first of all, we need to make a new branch because I accidentally committed some stuff to master. So this is insert before after, and I want to bring all my changes across. So the changes to DAG, there are kind of two changes that happened here. There's the first change, which is that that we moved cursor and parent to be part of the trait. And that's kind of one change, and it doesn't really affect anything else. So we can have this as a change before. So move cursor and parent into into editable tree. I'm very tired. It's probably showing. It's been one heck of a day. And now we've just, so after this, it's just the adding the actual code. So it we've added the key bindings, added a function to handle it. So this is all pretty much just the code we've written. We've added side as well, but that's part of the implementation. I don't think that needs to be its own thing. So we'll commit that as allow user insert before and after the cursor. Boom. Okay, I'll go through and do some cleanup after stream, I think. Because it's very difficult to see whilst on stream. It's very difficult to be critical about code whilst on stream. So I'll clean that up after. Let's make, we're in insert before after. So let's do the deletion on its own branch. Although we'll probably get merge conflicts if we do that. Maybe we should just merge. We could just merge this as a pull request. I don't think anything here is silly. And a lot of the stuff, like a lot of the additions here, will be removed in some refactoring later. So I think nearly all of this is going to have a second pass done over it. So we'll just do there are only 2 commits as well, so we can just make a pull request and merge it. So that should have published it. Let's switch to Firefox again. And instead of looking at this pull request, we need to look at code, and then it should say, haha, insert before or after. Make a nice message. Allow user to insert nodes before or on either side of the cursor with I and A. I think there's an issue for this. What's the issue called? Yes, here we go, fixes number 9. So what this will do is it says to GitHub, there's an issue here. One of the issues is this one, which I've reserved for stream, which is reserving it for today. This one says, this is just a reminder to myself. And then by linking this, saying fixes number 9, I'm telling GitHub that when I merge this pull request, I fixed this, and it should close the issue and say it's resolved. Let's just check. Let's watch it run all the unit tests. There aren't very many unit tests, so it won't take for long. Okay, everything was good. So let's just merge this pull request and then build on top of it. No, I don't want to squash and merge. Create a merge command. What? why is OBS doing this? I don't want to show my screen statistics. I want to show you this. Okay. I don't know how much of that you could have seen, but nevertheless, show must go on. So I merged this as a pull request. So now the code, the online version of the code, has the changes updated. So we'll just fetch origin, check out master, and then git pull origin. So now this has just made all of those changes appear in the master branch. And if we make a nice graph of what's happened, now we can see that these are the changes that we've just made, allowing the user to move the cursor, and then this small refactoring change is now, this has been merged into, master, and both master branches are the same. How long has stream been happening? Nearly an hour. Okay, I don't think deletion should take very long. Although I'm pretty tired, and I feel like streaming when I'm tired, it kind of, I think it's definitely a worse quality stream if I can't like focus. So I think I might call it there. That's a fairly short stream, but we added some functionality to Sapling, which I think is cool. So yeah, there's a bit abrupt ending, but I'm quite tired. So yes, thank you all for listening and watching, and I think I'm gonna call it. See you guys next week.